What's up, family? Welcome back to the channel, and thanks for tuning in. There are certain things that I feel a person should never say on social media, depending on the end outcome that they want in their life. There's things that you should never say, period. For example, a woman, if she ever in her life wants to be somebody, girlfriend or wife, should never go on social media and say, no matter how many times I shower and no matter what kind of soap I use, when I get out and dry off, my booty still has a smell to it. And it's not a good smell. It's not vanilla and coconut and berries and vanilla oil and it don't smell like it don't smell like glaze. No. It has a putrid smell to it. You should never say that on social media. Nobody did that I know of. I'm just saying you should never say that. Now, if you do want somebody, you have a condition like that, I definitely feel you should go to the doctor and figure out where the bacteria is coming from. Okay. But you should never say on social media you have the issue because you're not going to be able to get away from it. That makes sense? Professor X, you always picking on the women. Okay. If you a guy and you ever want to be a boyfriend or a husband to a woman, you should never say on social media, every time I go out in public, something comes over me and I spend my time in public picking my nose. I can't stop picking my nose in public. You should never say that. You might have a condition that makes you feel like you have to do that, but you should never say that on social media. Both of those situations pretty much guarantee nobody is in their normal mind is going to want to deal with you in that kind of relationship capacity. You with me? All right. For those of you that watch my channel, you know I put a lot of emphasis on relationships and how men value women. Okay? Remember that. Let's do it.
That we all grieve different. I slept with 4 guys in 1 week. Yep. This was around the time when I was grieving my marriage, though. I was grieving my marriage and I was going through serious depression this one time. This was actually about a year to a year and a half after I had gotten divorced and I did the filing
No shame.
divorce. Yes.
Of course you filed.
Sex with 4 men all in 1 week.
That's her name on TikTok for those who care.
If you want to hear the story, you gotta comment so I can pull apart the story one by one. I do want to talk about them, and I want to talk about.
This lady came on social media, TikTok, and told, we'll just say the whole world, for lack of a better word, that she slept with 4 men in 1 week because she was grieving after she divorced her husband. And she said it was about a year and a half after the divorce. Let me get my perspective if I can. I'm gonna say this word one time, it carries through. I want to use the word allegedly, as they do a lot nowadays in court or whatever, so that way this stuff can't come. This is my perspective, allegedly. I have studied and I'm a student of human nature. Me personally, in real life. I understand to a degree the stages of grief and what it looks like. Normally, and I know that people grieve different. Hear me out. Normally, when people grieve, they want to shut down. Normally, when people grieve, because we're talking about a loss of something that used to be important or connected to you. Normally, when people grieve, they isolate. They separate themselves. That's why they give you a lot of times, if it's a loss of a family member, something like that, you get so many days off of work. They understand you're not going to be yourself. They lose their appetite, not just for food, but for sex, because they have no energy. They don't feel like themselves, so trying to get them in a sexual situation oftentimes and most times is a waste of time. She said she sexed 4 men in 1 week and showed no shame about it. Now, my true opinion of this allegedly is what she did was not grief at all, but it was her cover story for wanting a lot of peen in her in a close proximity of time. See, it's it in her mind, it looks better to say I was grieving, so I screwed 4 men in a week, than just say while I was married, allegedly, while I was married, I wanted a bunch of peen in me, but I didn't want to do it as a wife because maybe how that would make me look. But now I can tell everybody that I was divorced 1.5 years before this happened. I call cap. I really believe that while she was married, there was some peen that didn't belong to her that was going up inside her. To me, that's not grief. To me, that is trying to use grief to cover up and validate why you felt the need when most people would isolate, when most people would have no sexual energy. In 1 week, you have 4 different men inside of you because you grieving. This is the part that I want women to understand when I speak of the value of men and why context, I just did a video on this, why context and these things matter, because men, when men see this video, they will now and forever put her in a fun sexual category. Listen to me, ladies. A fun sexual category with no limits. And I don't mean Master P. I'm saying when men see this video, see, I've said this before, men know women lie about what they've done, they body, we know that. But when you go on social media and you say 4 men in 1 week, we no longer have to guess now. Because if you lying on the 4, that just means more than 4. And 4 is a lot in 1 week to us anyway. So when we hear 4 in 1 week, any man that will deal with you after that puts you in a sex category with no limits. What do you mean no limits? That means when you get in the bed with this man, there ain't a whole lot you gonna be able to say you not willing to do, because you have already exposed to social media that you are willing to be reckless, irresponsible, and nasty. You can't say to the next man after he has heard you say I've had 4 men in a week, you can't say to the next man, I don't like to put that in my mouth. I don't like to put that in my behind. I don't like to do that. That's too nasty for me. That's too freaky for me. Who do you think I am? What do you think I look like? I'm a, as Martin would say back in the day on the show, I'm a lady. No, you can't do that. You go to a fun sex category with no limits. Let me tell you what else happened, because she looked young to me. I can't really judge how she like maybe in her 30s. I don't know. Some of y'all women maybe had to look at and tell I don't know. Maybe it's on her TikTok page. I don't know. Let me tell you what else will happen. Marriage will never be on the table for her again, even by an average man. That's what I'm telling you now. Marriage will never be on the table again for her, even by an average man. Because men, when we want a wife, we think long term. We say to ourselves, can I trust her? Number one, can I respect her? Number two, can I build family with her? Number three, and her behavior from her own confession has already told us this woman is reckless. Marriage will never be on the table again for her. Because no man willingly, and especially now when men are already withdrawn from marriage because of women like this, no man is willingly going to say, I believe she has changed. I believe she has been conformed, regenerated, whatever word you want to use. You didn't even see no shame in her body language. It was more like she opened up a Christmas gift early. You know how you used to sneak down there and open up the corner and the edges of the gifts when we was kids, and your parents walk in, you I slept with 4 men. Girl, let me tell you. Y'all put it in the comments below. We gotta talk about this. Marriage to an upstanding man, it won't be on the table no more. Because she done put it on social media. What man? Remember, it don't matter if you are 6, 8, or 10. When a man marries you, he still wants to know he has a trophy on his arm. Okay? It's hard knowing you got a trophy on your arm when you walk in Food Lion and half the dudes there done seen your wife on social media 3 years ago say she got throttled in 1 week. They're going to be looking at that man funny. Like, you settle for that? Nah. Marriage will no longer be on the table for her. I'm not saying she's not of value as a woman to whatever capacity it is in her daily life, to her kids if she has any, to her family and friends. I'm not speaking on that. I'm just saying her value as a wife has tanked because of what she posted on social media. So let me end with this. Like I said, I'm about relationships. I try to show women what we value. She may have gotten the attention from those 4 men that sexed her in 1 week. She got the attention that she was looking for, that she was probably craving in her marriage. They say some women have always fantasized about having a choo-choo ran on them, an Amtrak ran on them. They say some women want that. Now, those women should not be married, but I have heard that there are some women that want that Amtrak ran on them. I feel like she falls in that category. She just split it up. 4 in 1 week, there's only 7 days. That means 2 had to be back to back. Because she put at the bottom separate days, but it's impossible to do 4 on separate days. For instance, if you go Monday, 1, Wednesday, 2, Friday, 3. So Sunday, it would have to be the 4. So you got to run it that way. Because she said all on separate days. I think she's lying. I don't believe that. I think that's something that you say to try to convince people that you have some kind of dignity. I don't believe it. But that's her story. Let her tell it. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, she had new peen inside of her. She had the attention of 4 men. But watch this. But she gonna lose the respect of every man that will ever watch this video. And it is respect, not attention, that causes men to want to put a ring on your finger. Attention will get you sex. Attention will get you whistled at. Attention will get us to buy you some trinkets. Those simps, they'll buy you some trinkets to get you in position in the bed. Respect will make a man go buy you a ring. Y'all got it? Bye.